Good frosty morning. It's 25 degrees out this morning. The Highland cattle need some hay, and I like doing it in the morning this time of the year because right now the ground is still frozen. It's supposed to be getting into the 40s in sun today, so it's gonna feel nice, but it's also gonna make a muddy mess everywhere for a while. So let's get this hay bale put out now while the ground's still frozen, and then we have another project we need to start working on today, and this one I find pretty interesting, and I want you guys' feedback on it.
I got some special treats this morning. Come on. Come on.
Going up to get treats from Gina. Gotta wait till they get up there. That area is looking nicely covered with hay. Can't wait to see it start growing some grass.
Oh, maybe you don't like it. You'd rather not have apple? Hold on, one more. You got a burr on you too? What are you guys been doing? Oh, gone. Gone. So I just want snacks, guys. Okay, hold on. You like it smaller, maybe? Okay.
Half and half knows the good stuff, huh, girl? Slowly but surely, we're turning this into some nice silvo pasture with the help of the cows. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see what this all looks like this year with all the hay they spread, all the pooping they've been spreading all over the place. So this is gonna make a nice pasture. You coming to beat it up, Miles? Hey, what did that hay bale ever do to you, sir? Hey. You're just supposed to eat it. Didn't your mother ever tell you not to play with your food, Miles? All right, guys, we have another leaking hydrant. Yep. I had an idea that this one might be leaking, but I wasn't sure. Been kind of thinking it throughout the winter, but we didn't know. And then we shut off the water supply for this hydrant, which shuts off all of them. So we just didn't know. And then having the water back on for this hydrant, it was leaking still, but we weren't sure if it was leaking from the hydrant or if it's just snow melting. We'll show you when we get over there. But yeah, we think we figured out the reason why we've had 2 broken hydrants this year. When we get over there, we'll explain. My best guess, this one was broken at the fitting. I'm not sure why this one's leaking yet. We'll get it dug out and find that out. But let me get the excavator fired up, and then we'll get over there. I'm gonna let the excavator warm up for a few minutes. I'm gonna go inside and get some of our tools out that we're gonna be needing later on once we get this dug out and figured out what the issue is. Hopefully what we have over there for parts and pieces can fix it, and then we also have a brand new hydrant. So I'm hopeful that we can get this all fixed with everything we have here. So let's head on out get on over there and start digging and see what we run into. Last night I went ahead and I shut off our spring water that feeds all of our hydrants out here, so that way the water lines would drain overnight. I took some video footage and I'll put it in right here of what was happening. The water flowing right here and the hydrants here. So something must be leaking out here. You can actually see the water coming out of the ground too right there. So I'm not sure what happened there, but it's definitely leaking. The hydrant is working. We're not sure where this leak's coming from. So as you can see in the video, we had a water leak up here, and then it was actually bubbling and leaking up around the hydrant, and then the hydrant was still working. We're not really sure what is broken here. So this winter is when we started having issues with the other hydrant and then this hydrant. And believe it or not, we had an earthquake up here. Olivia felt it. We just, I don't know, never really put much thought to it. And then I was doing the podcast the other night with Ben from Holler Homestead and Jason from Solar Land, and Ben's like, hey, do you think you guys had an earthquake? I was like, yeah, we did. So they're originally from California, so they've dealt with earthquakes. So they kind of run into that stuff. I don't want to say all the time, but it was something that was more commonplace in California where they used to live. We've never ran into that before. So that would make sense of why that hydrant broke. So I think what happened over there is the 90-degree fitting I had cracked and broke. Well, if the ground shifted and something moved and it like pulled on the hydrant, I could see that cracking. So we're wondering if the same thing happened to this hydrant because it was right around the same time that that one stopped working, that we noticed water building up over here.
Which we had some thawing times we had some fluctuating temperatures, so we thought it was just where everything was settling, but it was kind of weird because we had never had that really happen, and we've had this here for a few years. So we just thought the extreme temperatures and cold, which could be part of it, but it was very strange. And then we went to get Yukon out, and that gate was like kind of just covered in just water, so, or ice at that time. So
it's probably not showing up that good on camera, but this hydrant right here is all downhill, and then this barn is downhill. So we just always just thought like it was just running water melting on the sunny days and coming down. And then this hydrant recently, we had like water flowing over here. I'm like, well, we had a bunch of snow melt. We had snowbanks up here, snowbanks over there. Those are all just melting and flowing over this way. Now that the snow is all gone, we were able to verify. I'm like, nope, that wasn't just runoff. That is a leak. So now we got to dig this one up and see what's going on here.
You may also notice that Pumpkin is over here. She decided she wanted to come over here. She just came through the fence, was wandering around, went into here. So we figured maybe that's where she wanted to be, and she's been liking it over here. So she's hanging out. The goats come visit her over here. They miss her. I don't know if she misses them, but
I think it's gonna be a soupy mess.
oh. Oh yeah, it is. Gross.
Come on this side, you can see the water flowing out.
Oh my goodness. I don't know how he's gonna get it.
Oh, hey, don't mind me. I'm not having a snack over here. I'm taking my Grunes. This is my multivitamin, my greens, my prebiotic, and so much more, all in one. The best part is it's convenient and they taste delicious. You get 8 little gummies. They have low sugar, they have sugar-free, and they have cubs for kids. All of us here at Lumnah Acres have been taking them and love them. They are highly requested. Olivia loves hers. Gina's been doing the sugar-free, and I've been doing the low sugar. And they are so convenient, and they're kind of like a little treat because they taste so good. 8 gummies are included with each daily snack pack because you can't fit the amount of nutrients we do in just one gummy. Grunes are methylated, which is just fancy talk for better absorption, like vitamin B12 and folate. There's a gene that if you don't have it, you don't process vitamins that aren't methylated. I have that gene. I won't process vitamin Bs if they're not methylated, and Grunes are methylated. And the only way you're gonna find out if you're not absorbing vitamins that aren't methylated is by a blood test. Not everybody's gonna do that. That's why Grunes makes theirs methylated. So that way they know that everybody's gonna be able to absorb the vitamins that they need. And like I said before, I tell you, they're delicious. It's like a good little snack. Not only are they delicious, because they are in a gummy form, it means everything is more bioavailable to your body. So you're chewing it, you're breaking it down, your body's digesting it and getting everything out of it that you need. When you're taking pills, a lot of the times you're just peeing out all those supplements that you just paid good money for. So not only are you gonna be able to have a convenient little way to take all of your multivitamins, your minerals, your prebiotic that you need every day, and it's gonna taste good, but your body's gonna be absorbing more of it. If you want to have an easy way of getting your vitamins, your minerals, your prebiotics, your greens for the day, right now Grunes is offering you guys a great offer. Click my link down below and you're going to get up to 52% off. Thanks Grunes for sponsoring today's video. Now we got to go back to getting muddy and dirty and fixing this water leak. That's why I had to come in here and have my Grunes so I could make sure I had everything I need to get this project done. Now let's get back out there and get dirty. It's already filling up good with water. We'll definitely need the trash pump for this one. We got a load of sand so we can do it the same way we did the last one. But yeah, I'll just keep digging, see what we run into.
This one's a lot more
mucky.
Yeah.
Yep. We've been having a lot of runoff all winter, and this is, like I said, downhill, so a lot of the water comes down here anyways. So yeah, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be messy, but it's got to get done.
It's not gonna get better.
No, it's only gonna get worse until summertime. It's so hard to see because it keeps filling up with water, but I can see my fabric cloth and I can see a line of stone. So I think now I'm gonna drive around and go dig on the back side because I don't wanna dig down too deep and then stop breaking stuff right now.
You might just have to cap this one off.
Either way, I gotta get in the hole. I'd really like to get in there and see exactly what's broken. I try to want to not damage it because I want to see why it's leaking instead of just being like, oh, I think this was what it was. So I'm gonna get around the backside and start doing some digging over there. is going to be a mess, but I can see I'm down to the weed fabric on this side too. I want to get in there and dig around and see what I can find. I'm thinking if I stand right close to the hydrant, I should be on good gravel. Yes. And if I can keep from having to dig out too much, I'll have a good gravel base still around. And then I put sand on top of that. That water's filling up fast. I'm gonna come back over here with the excavator, dig a more of a pit over here to hold the water, and then it's also where we can put the trash pump to pump the water out. And then in between, I like to be able to get in there and work. And I don't think we'll be able to have the trash pump on, so if I have like a place to go, then I can get in there, figure out what's leaking, see what we're gonna need to fix it, and then let it fill back up with water again. And now it's snowing out pretty good.
Pretty good. That's a lot.
I was doing pretty good, and then I busted off my tail, which is fine. So now it's filling up with water pretty good, which is actually a good thing, because at least now all that water line will completely drain out and I can pump that out. And then when I get in there, I won't have to worry about that like flowing on me. So let me get my trash pump set up and we'll get this pumped out. The water's too dirty. It just keeps plugging up my inlet.
So what do you do now?
Just gonna have to take it out and see what's going on. If I have to, I'll just keep digging a deeper hole for now until this dirt settles. We have such bad soil that we always fill up around the hydrant with stone and sand or something. So that way we have good drainage. So that's what we did here again. Be interesting to see what I run into. Let me dig out some more. It's starting to fill up again already on me. So this seems, yeah, I think.
The same thing. It's like cracked.
Yep. So it was still connected a little bit on the back side, but the rest of it was not.
Is it like that rigidy kind of crack?
Alright, we just had a decent sized cave in. I had everything dug out where we need to go. All right, so we had a cave in, and then it fell while I was in there working, and then I just got out, redug it all, and just when I got done digging it all, I had another cave in, so I had to go back in and get it out. You can see that side is collapsing pretty good. I think what I need to do right now is cap the line on the end of the water line, and then where that fitting broke, take that broken fitting out and see if I have stuff to plug that. I'd have to go run out to town to get the parts and pieces to fix this, and by the time I get back, I'm afraid that this is all going to be caved in or filled with water, but I believe I have what I need to cap everything right now. And if that's the case, we'll cap it, we'll mark it, fill it with sand, and then come summertime when everything dries back out, we can get back in this hole. I don't dare get in the hole and spend too much time down there and let everything melt, and it's just a ticking time bomb with how soft this material is. And yeah, so let's run to the workshop, see what we have. All right, so what happened is this 90-degree fitting broke on the hydrant over here, and that's the same thing that happened out there. I don't have another 90-degree fitting, so I'd have to run to town. And the reason I don't want to run to town is by the time I get back, the hole will either be filled up with water or all caved back in again. So I should have what I need to plug that. We'll bring everything over. What I'm thinking is if we just leave it the way it is, it'd be kind of handy. I could use this plug and plug the line where it's broken right now, and then use this plug to plug my 3/4 inch hole. Or if I can dig it out, it'd be a lot easier to cut the line back at my big 1¼ inch fitting and just plug the main water line. And then this summer, once it dries out, I can redig it, and then I can redo all this stuff. New thing on map gas. That we're gonna need our other wrenches also. I have another idea.
You do?
Can you go grab me one of the big pipe wrenches? I can just turn this fitting, have it straight up, then I can just twist our hydrant without a 90 into it. I'm gonna be able to back up and work in a little bit.
Well, how come you didn't do it that way in the first place?
Because their instructions tell you to use a 90 and do them the way we did them. But that didn't work, so I'm not scared to try doing it this way now, because that way didn't work. Why not try this way?
Right, but if it was an earthquake, that was just a coincidence.
Yeah, but I just think that's like a weak point, that 90.
Right, and then if we didn't have the earthquake, might not have bothered it.
Right.
Or
I just
whatever
like to,
happened.
yeah. Not sure what, but we're taking them out, or this one out.
Can you get it off?
Yeah, I'll be able to get it off. I just gotta get it straighter. There we go. And then bam. Yeah, you are just not getting a good bite over here. Wow. There we go. She's moving now. All right. Broken reward. One of the other crazy things is we have a T-post right next to them for stabilization. So it wasn't like that the hydrant was being able to get moved from above. That was stabilizing it. We'll have to put a new one in after, closer, because now that one's not going to be touching where it is now. All right, I'm going to load this up with thread paste.
I wish we could touch this fence off first.
You can let go of it for a minute.
Okay.
Come on, baby, bite. That's probably good.
Yeah.
I like that. All right, so now
Here, test it.
we can turn the water on, test it, make sure nothing's leaking. Let's get the spring water running again so we can make sure that we don't have any leaks. We don't want to put it back together with it leaking. Spring water this time of the year is cold. I hate having to put my arm in the spring water when it's this cold outside, but it's gonna be worth it. So now I can hear the water flowing in. Let's head on back down, give it a minute, and see if it's working. Get this in.
Just don't hit the, oh, this hit green in it.
Oh, dang. Holy crap. I'm glad I weren't in there.
Me too.
Sheesh.
Oh, it's
All
quickly
right,
both ways
turn
now.
that hose on, see if water comes out yet.
Where do you want to go? Not probably in the hole.
Dang.
It's not going to work?
What's that?
What are you danging?
That collapse. So that's the reason I didn't want to have to run out and get parts and pieces, because those cave-ins keep happening and I couldn't imagine what the hole would look like when I got back, and we'd have to try to find everything again, and it would not be easy. Right now, the sun is coming out and it's starting to warm up. You think it sounds nice, but it's really not, because everything starts melting 10 times faster, and then the cave-ins start happening even worse, and then the hole starts filling up quicker with water. So now we're just waiting for the water to come down to the hydrant so we can check for leaks and then backfill. It seems like it's taking a while just because we're waiting on it. All right, now we're finally getting water out. It was super dirty at first, so I wonder if there was a dirt blockage down there. Now it's not running. Turn yours back on.
I hear it working.
Yeah, now it's working. We're gonna check it a few times. Just make sure that drains out properly, and then we're gonna backfill it with sand. It is so crazy how much groundwater you have in the ground this time of the year with the frost. I mean, this is just, yeah, groundwater. All right, that is good. It stopped doing its thing, so we know it's sealed. So I'm gonna take some of these tools, get them out of here, and we can get it backfilled. All right, we got that backfilled with a lot of sand. I like that. Now it's time to backfill the rest with all this slop, I guess. What a mess. but there's not much else we can do with it. We gotta let it dry out before we can clean it all up. So we just gotta make sure we don't step anywhere near that hydrant or we'll lose a boot or two. All right, well, we sure did make a muddy mess here. We're gonna have to let this dry up for a while, but I'm glad we got the water line fixed. Feels good to have all of our leaks taken care of. So this is where we're gonna end this video. Thanks for coming along on our homesteading journey. You guys are a huge blessing to us in our homestead. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up, share, subscribe. We'll see you right back here in the next video. Bye.